Welcome to the world of Houston Rockets basketball, where championships are dreamed, three-pointers are bearded, and sometimes expectations crash faster than a NASA rocket test. But hey, we're here for the highs and the lows. From Hakeem the Dream carving up the NBA, to the T-Mac attack defying gravity, to the famous "we'll miss our threes but not our spirit" playoff runs. Stay with us as we break down the story of a team that turned big dreams into even bigger history. And don't worry, we've got plenty of laughs along with the tough moments, because let's be honest, Houston, we've had our share of problems. Let's take off. Founding of the franchise, 1967. The story begins in 1967 when the San Diego Rockets joined the NBA as an expansion team. The name Rockets was chosen to reflect San Diego's association with the aerospace industry. The team's colors were green and gold, and they played their games at the San Diego Sports Arena. The Rockets' first ever draft pick was future Hall of Famer Pat Riley, though his greatest contributions to basketball came as a coach. In their debut season, the Rockets finished with a league-worst record of 1567. But there were bright spots, including Elvin Hayes, a dominant scorer and rebounder who became the franchise's first superstar. Hayes averaged an impressive 28.4 points per game in his rookie season and helped the Rockets make their first playoff appearance in 1969. Early years in Houston, 1971 to 1977. The Rockets' relocation to Houston was a fresh start. With Elvin Hayes leading the way, they made their first playoff appearance in 1975. During this era, Calvin Murphy, one of the league's most electrifying players, became a fan favorite with his incredible scoring ability and charisma. The Mose Malone Era, 1976 to 1982. The Rockets' fortunes changed dramatically in 1976 when they acquired Mose Malone, a relentless force in the paint. Malone's work ethic and scoring ability made him one of the most dominant players in NBA history. He quickly became the face of the franchise. In 1981, Malone led the Rockets to their first NBA Finals. Despite finishing the regular season with a modest 40-42 record, the Rockets shocked the basketball world with an incredible playoff run. They defeated the Lakers, Spurs, and Kings to reach the finals, where they faced Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics. Though the Rockets ultimately fell short, losing in 6 games, their performance put Houston on the map as a basketball city. Malone's individual brilliance was undeniable. He won 2 MVP awards, 1979-1982, during his time in Houston, but his departure to the Philadelphia 76ers in 1982 marked the end of an era. The Twin Towers Era, 1984 to 1992. In 1984, the Rockets struck gold in the NBA draft by selecting Hakeem Olajuwon, a skilled center from the University of Houston, paired with Ralph Sampson. The 7'4" phenom drafted in 1983, the duo became known as the Twin Towers. The Twin Towers era brought excitement and hope to Houston. In 1986, the Rockets returned to the NBA Finals after defeating the Showtime Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. However, they faced the Celtics once again and lost in 6 games. While the Twin Towers initially thrived, injuries to Ralph Sampson and roster changes eventually led to the team's decline. By the early 1990s, the Rockets began building around Hakeem as their sole superstar. The glory years back-to-back championships, 1994 to 1995. The early 1990s saw the emergence of Hakeem Olajuwon as one of the greatest players in NBA history, under the leadership of head coach Rudy Tomjanovich. The Rockets embraced a defensive mindset centered around Hakeem's incredible shot blocking and scoring abilities. In 1994, the Rockets won their first NBA championship. Hakeem, who was named Finals MVP, led the team past Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks in a thrilling 7-game series. The Rockets' slogan, "Clutch City," became legendary after overcoming multiple deficits throughout the playoffs. The following year, the Rockets repeated as champions despite being the 6th seed in the playoffs. Midway through the season, they acquired Clyde Drexler, a former University of Houston star, to bolster their lineup. In the 1995 Finals, the Rockets swept the Orlando Magic, led by Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway. Hakeem once again claimed Finals MVP honors, solidifying his legacy as one of the game's all-time greats. Post-championship years, 1996 to 2002. After their championship run, the Rockets aimed to stay competitive by surrounding Hakeem Olajuwon with other stars. They acquired Charles Barkley in 1996 and Scottie Pippen in 1999. However, these experiments failed to translate into playoff success. Aging rosters and injuries prevented the Rockets from recapturing their championship glory. By 2002, the Rockets said goodbye to Hakeem Olajuwon, who joined the Toronto Raptors for his final NBA season. It was the end of an era for Houston basketball. The Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady era, 2002 to 2010. The Rockets' next chapter began with the arrival of Yao Ming, the first overall pick in the 2002 NBA draft. Standing at 7 feet 6 inches, Yao became an international sensation and a dominant force in the NBA. In 2004, the Rockets acquired Tracy McGrady, a prolific scorer, forming a dynamic duo that electrified fans. Despite their individual brilliance, injuries plagued both Yao and McGrady throughout their time in Houston. The Rockets made several playoff appearances, but often fell short of expectations. Their most notable achievement came in 2009, when they reached the second round of the playoffs despite Yao suffering a season-ending injury. The James Harden Era, 2012 to 2021. In 2012, the Rockets traded for James Harden, a move that changed the trajectory of the franchise. Harden quickly became one of the league's most prolific scorers, winning 3 scoring titles and an MVP award in 2018, under head coach Mike D'Antoni. The Rockets adopted a fast-paced, three-point-heavy offense. They consistently contended in the Western Conference, but playoff success proved elusive. Despite coming close in 2018, when they lost a hard-fought series to the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, the Rockets could not secure another championship. In 2021, James Harden was traded to the Brooklyn Nets, marking the end of an era. Recent years and future outlook. After Harden's departure, the Rockets entered a rebuilding phase. With young talent like Jalen Green, Alperen Şengün, and high draft picks, the Rockets are focused on building a competitive team for the future. Under head coach Ime Udoka, the team aims to return to playoff contention and reclaim their status as an NBA powerhouse. The Houston Rockets have left an indelible mark on NBA history. As the team continues to evolve, one thing is certain: the Rockets' legacy as a franchise built on innovation, determination, and heart will last for years to come. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Houston Rockets' storied history. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the NBA's greatest teams and players. See you next time.